We got time to watch and see what happens. In the meantime, non-tropical, look at this, an ominous sight in North Myrtle Beach. As a weather geek, right, this is the kind of thing that keeps me going. I love it. It's so cool to watch this, and I promise it looks bad. It's just rain and bigger clouds that are darkening. There's nothing severe about this, although I am eyeing the low bases just to see if in case you can see anything creepy, because sometimes you can, but no, it's just rain at this point. Winds, they continue to still be a thing, at least along the coast, and understand, even though the core is now more and more along the border at this point, the winds will be stronger near the shore because there's less friction over water. So as that wind reaches the surface stations at North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach, you're still going to get gusts of 30 to 40 throughout the afternoon, even though the bulk of the energy continues to move further. And snow isn't as bad as ice. While that's absolutely true, it also can still hide an icy surprise, and not a good surprise by that. What happens after some of the snow melts, it may refreeze. This is pure ice right here, and that'll happen all along area roadways, not just something in Conway, pretty much wherever there is snow that refreezes into tonight. Because again, we might get a little bit of some melting today as temperatures are going to likely get just to or right above freezing, and the sun and its influence will help. Yeah, so a lot of snow on that car over there. That's another thing too. If you got a lot of snow on the top of your car, brush it away. It'll help for people behind you, so that way they don't get swamped by the visibility dropping so sharply from all of the snow blowing off. That's the sunrise we have right now over Murrells Inlet. If you live along the Grand Strand, get your cameras out and look to the east where the sun's rising. It is right at the horizon. A gorgeous, gorgeous view out there. 101 is explicitly forecast for Tuesday afternoon, with humidity making it feel as hot as 110, if not 111. It's going to be rough for Tuesday and Wednesday. That's why we have heat advisories for Monday and excess or extreme heat watches for Tuesday and Wednesday, because the degree of which may not seem like much, but that extra 2 to 3 degrees means a lot in the grand scheme. It will feel very rough out there. I'm going to take you behind the scenes here. I get it. Birds are around. They're allowed to perch on the cameras, but I was trying to get a nice unobstructed view of the sunrise, and this bird just would not cooperate, and I was on the verge of what we call crashing out. So yeah, at least we got it now, though. Thank goodness. I got a nice screenshot of it. This rain will be ongoing for days because, again, the hurricane is a slow mover, and as a result, there will be very high rainfall totals. Take a look. Landfall not expected until Tuesday morning. It's Sunday morning now, so it's going to be moving very slowly, just dumping more and more rain before it finally accelerates and pushes into the northeast, or it might be a threat to Bermuda, yet another hurricane that has Bermuda in a possible impact zone. Time right now is 9 o'clock. Numbers are in the 30s to 40s, even 50 degrees in Myrtle Beach. That's the one spot that's milder than everyone else. 50 in Myrtle Beach. You go up just a little bit to North Myrtle Beach, it is 7 degrees cooler at 43 degrees, and many spots are in the 30s right now. Tuesday into Wednesday, we've got those as weather aware days. I stress the bulk of any precipitation here occurs late into Tuesday night and early Wednesday morning. It is not all day, which is why the rain chances for Tuesday and Wednesday are low. But in between, it's awfully high. That's what's going on here. The yellow path, if this goes further west, we're looking at bands of on and off showers and storms, maybe even a tornado risk. But coastal impacts look to be minor. But say Tropical Depression 10 favors more of the Atlantic side, well, it could bring more windy conditions to the coast. Rough surf, erosion, could definitely be looking at high rip current risks, no doubt about it. That's something we have to watch close attention to. Strong winds have been evident, and there was some rotation coming in from the radar right around this little hook notch that you're seeing south of downtown Georgetown. I want to stress, if there is something here, this will thankfully be short-lived, but there is very strong rotation, at least aloft. We don't have any sort of confirmation as of now of anything having touched down. Still pretty rainy, sloppy conditions. The wind has been picking up a little bit as the sun slowly but surely begins to rise. You might be able to see a little bit of the blue kind of breaking through the sky here, or at least the clouds. Yeah, it's going to be a cloudy day throughout the day. If you get any sort of sun, consider yourself lucky, because areas along the beach are probably not going to get a lot of it. You can see that the smoke low kind of travels along the Denver area, pushes through parts of the plains, and then you also have smoke from fires over in Canada, completely unrelated, by the way, to the fires going on in California. It's just different fires going on at different times, and the upper level winds are steering them through. It shows those thunderstorms approaching from the west, and yes, everyone's got a chance for it, though yes, it also does favor more activity for the Grand Strand. That is the one constant, and I think the bulk of any rain / thunder, gusty wind activity will likely be between the hours of 1 and 5 o'clock. Some rain extending from the line of Loris down to Conway. These are small showers, but they're out and about, and they're tall, so they're bringing looming shadows over parts of the Grand Strand on this afternoon, so it looks a little gloomy, but again, most of the rain that we've seen today is starting to break away. I think Florida has to. I think at this point, North Florida has to prepare for a hurricane, but for our neck of the woods, it looks like this is going to be a big rainmaker, because remember, there's a front that's going to be increasing rain. That front's going to kind of guide whatever's left of this system toward our area. It was one of the two major hurricanes that year that impacted the U.S., the other being Michael in October. Florence, unlike Michael, wasn't a major wind threat, though. It was a rain and flood maker due to its painfully slow movement over the Carolinas, taking over 2 days to clear the region. This was a loop of the radar of the landfall, and you could see it made landfall in North Carolina and then slowly crawled toward South Carolina after making landfall. And again, it took until late on the 16th of September for it to clear the area. But by that point, the damage had already been done. A lot in the way of heavy rain fell. These aren't the highest totals from the storm. These are just the highest totals locally, as there were some parts of North Carolina that picked up over 30 inches of rain. And that cold front will bring a bit of a chillier setup to the day tomorrow. Chillier technically, but the highs will be a bit warmer because the sun will be out tomorrow. But that's right, another cool air mass works its way in as high pressure builds in tomorrow. So today, dreary, soggy Saturday. Tomorrow, nice, sunny Sunday. It's 9:47. The rain is moving in. It's just not at the coast yet, but it's been over our inland zones across the PD and the border belt for the last few hours. Still seeing some rain in parts of Marlborough County and also Florence County and Darlington. So this is all good. Dillon and Marion County seeing it. Parts of Scotland and Robinson also seeing some rain. And Horry a little late to the game, but also starting to see some shower activity right on the northern cusp of the county. This is all moving closer toward the coast, so we'll get it moving toward the Grand Strand in short order, and then we'll get some much-needed rain. Beyond it, believe it or not, there's still some shower activity that we could see. The Futurecast shows it. Once that first round rolls through, watch for the afternoon heating from the sun, and you'll see more of these pop-up showers and storms. And yes, those would likely have to thunder with them because you'll get some heating from the sun to help churn up the atmosphere, get more in the way of energy. Right now, it's just a broad sheet of light rain, but the afternoon is where we could get the thunder rolling through. By around 6 to 8 o'clock, things start to quiet down. We'll see clearer skies for some, with a little bit of a cloudy deck holding along the coast for a little bit longer, but temperatures, they'll be cooling off. All right, numbers today, limited. Yesterday, we were close to 90. Today, we'll be under 80 degrees because of the extra clouds and rain. Temperatures holding anywhere from 70 to 75 for the coast, 74 to 78 inland. Numbers tonight bottoming out at around 50. It will be cooler inland away from the ocean because of, one, while the ocean breeze keeps things a bit warmer at night. Obviously, it's the opposite during the day. But you'll also have a clearer sky, I think, for inland zones. So you'll be closer to 50 while you'll be in the lower to mid-50s right along the beaches. Monday afternoon swings around and it's a gorgeous day. It's mild and dry. Numbers in the upper 60s to near 70 for the beaches, 70s all across inland zones. We'll hold steady with comfortable weather through Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday swings along and brings us another round of potential rainfall. This is all good. We need the rain. Now, I will be blunt. Wednesday could bring some stronger storms to the mix, so that's something to pay close attention to. It does look like it could be pretty active, but if the rainfall estimates here verify, that's great news for the developing drought across the area. This graphic here is taking into consideration today's rain and also the rain through Wednesday. If you could get around an inch or so of rain falling, that doesn't break the drought. That's how far behind we are, but still, an inch does help for sure. So hoping that verifies, because we could really use the shower activity. And guess what? we'll get more rain into Saturday next week as well. So there are chances. It's not just one day and then 10 days of nothing. It's every few days or so we get another front to sweep on by to give us some much needed rain chances. All right, so for the Grand Strand 10-day, 74 to 70, 74. Numbers are staying close to average for once. That holds through most of the week. Further inland, it's similar. Our average high is around 79, and we'll be pretty much at those levels through the next week and a half.